All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today during the Lytham Partners 2024 Investor Select Conference. My name is Robert Bloom, Managing Partner of Lytham Partners here. During this Fireside Chat webcast, we welcome LiqTech International, ticker symbol of LIQT on the NASDAQ. And joining us today from LiqTech is their Chief Executive Officer, Fei Chen. Also joining us today is Rob Brown. Rob is a senior research analyst with Lake Street Capital Markets. I've asked Rob to moderate today's fireside chat. Rob covers a wide variety of industrial growth and energy technology companies at Lake Street, including LiqTech here. Before I do turn it over to Rob, I want to remind everyone that management is available for one-on-one meetings throughout the conference. If you've not already signed up and would like to schedule a one-on-one, you can shoot me an email. That's Bloom, B-L-U-M, at lythampartners.com, or you can visit the conference website. That's lythampartners.com/select 2024. From there, you can click on the investor registration and make your one-on-one selections. One final note I wanted to make is Rob and I will actually be engaging in a webcast and analyst roundtable coming up here today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, as we sort of dive a little bit more broadly into Rob's coverage universe and some of the trends taking place within it. Again, a link is available on the conference page, lythampartners.com/select 2024. There's a presentations button in the top left-hand corner. You can access the roundtable from there. So, Fei, Rob, thank you so much for your participation today. Rob, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Great. Thank you, Robert. Thanks for having me, and welcome, Fei. Fei, maybe just start discussing some of LiqTech's silicon carbide technology, filter technology. What makes it unique, and really, what does it bring to the marketplace?
Yeah, LiqTech, we have more than 20 years of experiences in silicon carbide membrane technology. Our technology has very strong IP protection, and the LiqTech is very strong in material science, both in the laboratory and in production. So our uniqueness is being able to manufacture silicon carbide filters and membrane with a stable quality at large quantity. Compared to our other silicon carbide membrane manufacturing in the world, our membrane has a smoother surface, better pore size distribution, and a stronger mechanical feature. This means longer lifetime, less maintenance, and a stable performance.
Okay, great, thank you. And then I know there's a wide variety of kind of filter systems in the world and unique applications, but maybe you could go through some of the applications that you're focusing on in terms of customer applications and where the product's used and the because applications and markets that you're going after.
Yeah, I mean, during the past 20 years, our products has been used in wide range of applications, and diesel particle remover from trucks and the non-road machinery, industry wastewater treatment, pre-filtration for reverse osmosis, marine scrubber water treatment, swimming pool water cleaning, liquid materials concentration and cleaning. So our silicon carbide filter and membrane are especially suitable for water and liquid streams with high oily substances and suspended solid contents. In other words, it can treat the difficult liquid streams where most of the polymer membranes cannot tackle. So we provide both membrane housing, and the total automated modular-based systems. This provides us good flexibility to meet different kinds of customer needs and to provide convenient and reliable solutions to our customers.
Okay, great. And I know you really focus on those areas that have high durability requirements, and I know you've seen some good traction in areas where you provide really environmental and pollution control systems. But maybe some of the what are the macro trends that are driving this area of the market, and what are the macro trends you're seeing in your demand environment?
Yeah, I would like to concentrate on 3 areas, which is really fitting with our solution with the macro trends. The first one is the water cleaning and reuse, such as oil and gas produced water cleaning and reuse, as well as marine scrubber water cleaning and reuse. So we see very strong demand globally in this water cleaning and reuse area. And the second thing we are really working on is the greenhouse gas emission reduction and the circular economy. So traditionally, our DPF has been used for particles removal from a truck, the truck on the road. However, we have now experienced the rapid upcoming demands, in particular, removal of non-road machinery, black carbon removal in marine industry, and the particles removal from emergency electricity generators for data centers around the world. So the third area we really matched macro trend is the circular economy. We have applications in helping industry to recover and collect useful chemical substances, which with the purpose of reuse in the process, as well as preventing the environmental damage. So I would like to say we are very proud of having technology solutions contributing directly to sustainability agenda.
Great. And then in some of the key markets you're focusing on, I know oil and gas produced water has been an area that you've worked on and made some progress in. Could you maybe start there in terms of the market opportunity? What's driving that demand environment, and I guess, is there new regulation or drivers that are really changing this produced water demand environment?
Yeah, I mean, we have been working on the oil and gas produced water cleaning and reuse for the last few years. And our unit has been running in Middle East for the past 3 years with a very convincing result, and it's continue operating. In the past, it has been very much regulation driving this water cleaning and reuse. But what we really see is there's more and more water scarcity in the world, and all those new things coming, for example, power to X, actually demand huge amount of water. So what we really see is there's going to be a trend. The water be reused and cleaned in industry is something really have huge demand. So we have been working very much on the offshore business in Middle East, in Middle East for oil and gas. And we actually recently see more and more interest in US and onshore oil and gas industry. And we get a lot of tractions there. So we are now exploring the opportunities in this new geographic area.
Okay, great. And then I think you just mentioned that one of your units has been running for about 3 years. How has that experience been in terms of the customer experience, and what would you say the opportunity is in that market segment? I think it is in the Middle East for that unit. What's the market opportunity ultimately as that unit shows progress and gets the results you've been looking for?
Yeah, I mean, the customers are very happy about the results we have shown. We run in 3 years, actually, as 3 different sites of their oil and gas business. That means we're actually able to train different produced water type and have a very flexible and reliable, way to trading things in the different sites. So they are very, very interesting in that. We have some very interesting opportunities in the pipeline, and they are unfortunately have got to be delayed due to the conflicts in Middle East. So, but we are really following up very closely, and we hope and we believe also in 2024 we will see some concrete results coming out based on this operation in Middle East.
Great. And then in terms of other markets that really fit your product, I know acid filtration has been one where you've seen some good progress, and it fits with the durability and capabilities of the silicon carbide membranes. But maybe you could talk a little bit about the progress there, the customer experience, and really the opportunities that you see follow-ons from that in terms of just the opportunities and the sort of number of systems or ultimate market opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally right, Rob. Phosphoric acid filtration is a new application we started like 2 or 3 years ago. And our membrane technology has demonstrated excellent ability of pre-treatment in this acid, very strong acid purification process. So our first industry installation runs stably at customer side, and customer is very happy on that. And last year, 2023, we made intensive investigation of this marketplace. And the learning is that this is industry traditionally work on fertilizer production. And they have the production process and equipment quite years back, so they need huge upgrades. So this makes their decision process rather heavy and complicated, even though they are very interested in our, our membrane solution for their acid purification. So the progress it turned out to be a little bit slower than we have anticipated in the beginning of last year. But definitely the customer is still very much interested in our technology in that area.
Okay, excellent. And then another market that's I assume quite large is you've talked about is the pool market, and maybe just a sense, I know that's from the outside are harder to understand, but are your systems on the commercial pools, the larger pools, or these residential pools? What's sort of the system use case for your product, and how you see that developing? I know you've announced some business awards recently in the pool market, and just a sense of how that market looks to you and what parts of the market you're going after.
I mean, we have actually a very, very interesting, unique solution for pool system cleaning. We're mainly working on commercial pool system. We don't do the private residential as such. So it's the commercial pool system we're working. And the feedback we have got from our customers and the distributor partner are very, very encouraging, because we had technology has very strong advantage with less energy consumption, less water consumption, and less chemical consumption compared to the other competitive technology. So the market is really, really yelling after our solutions. And we have built up the distribution relationships primarily in Europe and also in Australia and New Zealand. And we are not in US market at all. So this is a market we would like to come, definitely. And even in Europe, we still have a huge potential, because there's many other countries we are still not really going yet. So it's like it's a big potential for this pool system for us. And it's also very compact solution. So for the retrofit market, for example, the customer are very happy because they don't have so much space in their basement or whatever, the maintenance room. And our solution is totally fitting. And we also have this automation operation, and they're able to get the data to see how the system perform. And this is something they're not used to it, and they really love our system there. So the pool system is something we're going to push out very strongly this year.
Okay. Excellent. And then a market I know you've talked about a long time as a company, the marine scrubber market. You've had, there's various moving pieces there, and you've had some recent system sales in the last, I think, third quarter. But maybe give us an update on the marine scrubber market, how you see it at the moment, and what sort of regulatory environment is that in at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it is correct. In 2018 to 2020, we have experienced a huge boom in this marine scrubber market. And we have sold more than 170 water treatment system for the closed loop water marine treatment. And the things is, because this market is so interesting, so there are many Chinese companies actually come into the market with their very cheap technology, and even it does not perform so well. So we have really experienced a negative impact by those Chinese technology flash into the market. So this makes our situation a little bit different. So we don't have this huge sales as we had before, even though we still today hold 10 to 15% of the market position, the market share in the closed loop marine scrubber market. And the last year we actually sold a couple of systems, and we are trying to getting back. And the customer told us very clearly is our system has very high quality and stable, reliable solution. And nevertheless, I don't believe it will be the same boom as we have in the 2018 to 20, because those cheap kind of solutions had come in. And a very interesting thing I would like to share with you is the maritime industry is undergoing some significant changes, and new fuel type such as LNG, the liquefied natural gas, and the methanol is coming, and it's going to replace the traditional bunker fuel, gradually. And this new fuel type requires new type of engine in the ship. And this engine actually have to run with the circulation of emission gas in order to have efficiency enough for the engine power. And that means they have to cleaning the emission gas, and that they also need water treatment. And in that case, it's not regulation anymore. It's really for the engine efficiency. So this is a new market opportunity. We are really looking very closely with a big interest to try to use our marine scrubber solution, try to convert to this application, because we have the stable and the track record in the market, and this is going to be a growth market. So you're going to hear more about that, and we are definitely working on this new sector.
Okay, great. And are you seeing on the, I guess, the DPF part of the business growing beyond the on-road market? Are you seeing the DPF activity in marine as well? Is this what you're referring to, or is this really a water scrubbing type system?
I mean, DPF, we actually experienced a quite nice growth last year. And we also have some very nice order already coming the first months in this year. And from traditionally, we are primarily working on the particle remover from the truckers. And now we see the black carbon remover in marine industry is coming up. And also the emergency electricity generator for the data room around the world is coming up. So we see some very interesting new applications is coming. So we actually expect to see continued growth in our DPF business.
Excellent. Good to hear. And I know you've done a number of things since becoming CEO, and one of those is really tried to work toward an improving aftermarket and service opportunity, and you've had some traction there. But wanted to get your thoughts on where that's at, where you'd like it to go, and really what steps you have yet to kind of put in place to get there.
Yeah, I mean, our membrane system actually have a quite long lifetime. So with the proper maintenance and the service, we can help to the customer to ensure the stable performance for our solution for their needs. So we have more than 300 installations around the world. And only alone in the marine scrubber sector, we have 170 installations. So these installations provide a very strong basis for aftermarket and the service opportunities. And last year, you noticed we really doing something actively in this area, which is new for us. We've never done anything systematic active before in this area. So this is really an area we're going to focus on also this year to try to build up a system way to really following up all these installations and have a really active dialogue with the customer to help them have a much better performance of their system. And I have a quite good expectation in this area. So.
Okay, great. And I guess along with that, you've really spent a lot of energies on developing your commercial strategy and building up a stronger distribution kind of network and a commercial sales effort. Maybe give an update on your commercial strategy, where that's at, and what's sort of that. What are the areas you're looking at for 2024 in terms of growth there?
Yeah, I mean, since I joined as CEO, we have defined a clear commercial strategy, which we have announced, very openly, with focus on established business and the target business. So the established business is going to provide a stable revenue, and the target business is going to bring the new market potential in the future. So this is the combination of these two things. And this actually have brought some very good results in 2023. And you also see from our press release, we have been very active in building up distribution and collaboration customer relationships last year. So up to today, since I joined, we have entered more than 10 former distributor agreement for different applications and geographic areas. So one of the focus we have in 2024 is to really harvest the results from those established distribution relationships. And our business today is very much concentrated in Europe. And in 2024, we would like to find the entry into the US market. As I mentioned also earlier, for example, the pool system, we are not even selling anything in US. And oil gas, we were only in Middle East before. We would like to go to the onshore business in US. So we want to be more active in the US market. That will be the new focus, which you will see in 2024.
Okay, excellent. And one of the things I think is interesting about LiqTech is your manufacturing capacity that you have in place for your membranes that has a fair amount of scale built into it. But maybe you could give an overview of where you're at in terms of capacity utilization, your manufacturing capacity, and then a sense of how this impacts the gross margins as this scales, and maybe however you want to talk about it, but incremental gross margins or where you think gross margins can get to as you get your manufacturing operations more fully loaded.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm lucky in the way the company has made some CapEx investment for the equipment before I joined, especially for the membrane manufacturing, as you mentioned, Rob. And with those investment in place and actually now up running, most of them already, almost of them. So we have sufficient manufacturing capacity for the commercial scale up. So this is actually a very, very privilege to have in this situation. And in 2023, we have worked diligently to improve our gross margin. And for the full year 2023, we have given the guidance of gross margin range of 15 to 20%. To make a comparison, the full year gross margin in 2022 was only 3.5%. So because we have all this manufacturing capacity in place, and when we're scaling up in the commercial side, I really expect we will even improve our gross margin more than what we have achieved today. And also at the same time, we become even more and more clever to have the right product mix, and that will also contribute to the positive growth, increase of the gross margin. So I still believe we have quite large space to improve our gross margin. So this definitely is what we're also going to work on in 2024.
Okay, great. Well, I think we're kind of getting near the 30-minute limit here, so I think I'll turn it back over to Robert, and I'll turn it back over to you, Robert.
Awesome. Well, hey, Rob, Fei, thank you very much for your time today. Certainly found it informative. I hope the audience does here as well. Again, just a couple of quick reminders to everyone. Again, Fei and management here are available for one-on-one meetings throughout the day. If for some reason today doesn't work and we want to look to schedule something here in the coming weeks, certainly we'll look to do that as well. Send me an email, bloom@lythampartners.com. Again, don't forget about the roundtable coming up between myself and Rob, sort of diving a little bit more broadly into sort of the industrial space and some of the clean sort of energy technologies there. That's coming up here at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Again, go to the website, lythampartners.com/select2024. Presentations tab in the top left-hand corner will be able to get to access there. So again, Fei, Rob, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the conference.
Thank you very much.